Hello and welcome to PVT News. I'm Justin Brewer.
And I am Justin Wingeter.
In the city of Knoll, Missouri, a Muslim mosque was burned down last December. The fire in Knoll, Missouri destroyed the African grocery store within the mosque next door, said the Joplin Globe. They had a fundraiser that reached $4,000 to help rebuild it. Both the store and the mosque had been gathering places for refugees. The state marshal is still searching for the cause of the fire. The city of Joplin, the community of Knoll, and Beethoven Islamic Center in Arkansas combined efforts to come up with the funds to rebuild it. The overall goal was $100,000.
In Jefferson City, Missouri, Governor Mike Parsons funded $281 million for public schools grade K through 12, college scholarships, and other services previously restricted from being funded. The Republican at first cut $438 million from the current state budget from the concern that the coronavirus pandemic would wreck the economy and have less state revenue for the year. Part of that funding has been released as the economy has improved. $125 million for public schools, $1.5 million for college, and another $5.7 million to help survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault.
More than 100 supporters of the Special Olympics have taken the freezing cold plunge into a lake, including Trevor Denton, who says this is an important cause to help out these special athletes. By doing so, he has started a fundraiser to raise money for the Special Olympics so these athletes can compete in track and field events.
The Cape Girardeau Conservation Campus was closed on December 21st due to the rising concerns with COVID-19. The Missouri Department of Conservation Regional Administrator stated that the grounds and trails have remained open, and now the doors to the Nature Center are open so people can continue to enjoy and learn from the exhibits on display.
The first electric school bus was made in Texas December 10, 2020, and we might see an electric school bus at every school in the U.S. school districts. We are hoping to save money with its new electric buses. We are seeing 80% decrease in the unhealthy diesel smoke, and we are seeing a 60% decrease in the cost of fuel from the kilowatts. These buses are able to run up to 3 hours, and we are seeing about $5,000 saving a year on these school buses.
A Saxon family has successfully completed an embryo adoption from a miscarriage to failed fertility treatments to the birth of a beautiful baby girl. The Warrens are excited about the latest addition to their household. On Wednesday afternoon, the Warren family returned home with Sawyer, a healthy baby girl weighing in at 7 pounds, 11 ounces, and 19 inches long. The Warrens had Sawyer through an embryo adoption after sifting through hundreds of parental profiles of couples with frozen embryos. They thaw out the embryo right before it's time to implant. We went back into the operating room and they just injected the embryo in, and you can watch it on the screen and see exactly where the doctors put the embryo. It took us probably 2 minutes in the back. Philip Warren said a second family in Cape Girardeau is also slated to deliver their embryo adoption baby at the end of March. The Warrens had their embryo adoption through the National Embryo Donation Center.
For many, sharks are scary enough as is, and a glow-in-the-dark shark is simply more than our nerves could handle. Fortunately, the Kitefin Shark lives in the twilight zone, at depths of 300 to 1,000 meters. The 5-foot-long shark was confirmed as a glowing species in a recent study off the eastern coast of New Zealand. Bioluminescence is a well-established evolutionary phenomenon among deep-sea life, and it's not the first time it's been documented in sharks. The first confirmation that the kitefin does in fact emit the biolight makes it the largest animal to display this characteristic. But why would sharks evolve to broadcast their position to the inhabitants of the Mesozoic zone? The hypothesis in the corresponding study suggests that what at first seems like a way of a glow up and even seen actually kind of as a counter illumination or camouflage.
St. Louis police officer Dave Tenario, a motorcycle officer known for his friendly presence outside St. Louis sporting events, spent most of April hospitalized there being treated for a life-threatening case of COVID-19. A ventilator was not enough to bring oxygen into his blood, so doctor placed Tenario on an extracorporeal membrane oxygenation or ECMO machine. The machine siphons blood out of a patient, oxygenizes it, and pumps it back in essentially reciprocating lung functions. It is used only in the most serious COVID-19 cases because of significant risk. Tenario said that recovering is like being born again and that you have to learn how to do basic things. But Tenario said that it will give you a new outlook on life where you'll enjoy the little things.
Muzamak Ahala is an Indian woman who immigrated to America in the early 2000s with her family. She remembers her first day in middle school where a classmate had commented on her attire, seeming shocked by how American it was. She commented on how her perception of India was a world created in fantasy and molded by media, with elephants and snake charmers filling the streets with no room for anything modern or American. This, however, is not true. After growing up and becoming a journalist for CNN and the Washington Post, the question arose of what life was like for girls and women across the world. This is a question she attempts to answer in Girlhood, Teenagers Around the World in Their Voices, a novel in which 30 girls submit their diary-like entries, giving insight into each girl's life as they open up to readers about their insecurities and aspirations in daily life. Ahala follows girls from all backgrounds, from a girl in mahogany with a pet eagle to a surfer from Vandu who wants to become a lawyer to a girl in Afghanistan who helps her father peel potatoes for work before school.
School is an exhausting experience for any kid. Absorbing and storing tons of information over an 8-hour period while navigating the complex social structure of school is no easy task. Though children of color are subjected to biases of their teachers and white peers that come from media and the teachings of their elders, this creates another ton of emotional weight they carry to the end of the day, such as in the case of Josh Secrete. Josh states throughout middle school he would come home, sleep, eat dinner, and go to bed from how emotionally draining school was. His mother states when he used to come home, he was tired, mentally tired. However, non-white students may be finding relief from the extra stress added on to school in virtual or online learning. That isn't to say it's all been sunshine and rainbows. They still have to deal with the mental health issues that their generation is so well known for, along with internet connectivity problems. But as far as the emotional impact of school is concerned, the impact has decreased drastically. Josh's family reports he has gotten more energetic and has been wanting to do more since online school started.
What do you do while stuck at home in the age of COVID-19 when you're a soccer mad Canadian? You get creative and start trading maple syrup for football scarves from around the world. Of course. 19-year-old Daniel Robertson lives in Whitney, Ontario with his family. To pass the time during what's been a quiet year, he's been trading syrup for scarves through a lighthearted Reddit thread he created. Robertson hasn't had to worry about no one responding to his unique exchange idea since making his first post. He's received an impressive 113 scarves from 59 countries. For Daniel, receiving posts from across the globe has been a delight. In fact, the surprise gifts have made him feel like he's traveling while staying safely in one place, and he is not done yet. To make his collection complete, he would love to receive 800 to 900 more scarves, one for all the 193 countries currently recognized by the UN.
Napa Valley in California brings millions of visitors each year with its amazing scenery and great wine and food, and also with many of its special events to attend to. But there's a city in Missouri named Augusta with a deep history like Napa's, only waiting to get more recognition. This vibrant wine country has many amazing wineries around the whole city, with all sorts of things to do in them as well. It's not that far away either. If you want to visit it, it's only 45 minutes west of St. Louis.
In the Phantom Valley, Arkansas School District and the surrounding school districts are providing a safer way to transport their students by adding seatbelts to their school bus seats. Even though Arkansas schools are not required to add seatbelts to their school buses, and many won't because of the prices to put them in, because the Director of Transportation at the Phantomville School District says the school buses are already the safest means of transporting students, for adding the seatbelts would be making it even safer.
Thank you for watching PVTV News. Good night.